feels like I do this thing where I talk about something very serious and there's no funny editing or music, like once per era. I'm gonna quantify an era being every time I've changed my avatar, and the Christmas video was kind of like a Who Shot Mr. Burns, end of season 7, start of season 8 type of deal. But yeah, it seems like every once in a while I gotta do one of these, little diary things, I guess I would call it, so I don't go fucking insane. But also, there's a few pieces of information that's really pertinent to what I make online and how I will be proceeding going forward. I'm gonna skip all the fluff. I am leaving TikTok. Now, that doesn't mean I'm gonna delete my account or anything. Here's some information about why. So one of the many horrible things that the American administration has done so far this year is force the sale of TikTok to an American company, Oracle. Now, the sale of TikTok to Oracle was finalized, I want to say, like a week and a bit ago. I can't remember exactly when. However, they did immediately change their privacy policy for American users. Because of the new privacy policy on TikTok, the app exists now as one of the most comprehensive data collection services you could possibly ask for. They're also now collecting data about your precise location, which I assume would be only used to sell you things that are near you. The most important change that they made that's the most pertinent to why I'm leaving is that they are now allowed to collect data about your sexual life or sexual orientation, status as transgender or non-binary, citizenship, or immigration status. This matters a lot because Oracle is in bed with the Trump administration. This is undoubtedly, like, gonna be used for evil, right? Like, please tell me I don't have to spell it out. The only purpose that people would have for that data is for ICE to keep conducting its fucking terrorism. And yeah, this data is only going to be used to enact acts of violence against marginalized peoples. And it's just fucking, it's fucking awful. Like, I'm at a loss for words for how invasive and terrible that is. However, this isn't the only weird thing that TikTok has been doing. A couple of days after the sale finally went through, my TikTok just ended up being so buggy and glitched out for literally no reason. But here's the secret. There really was a goddamn reason. Very frequently, while scrolling my For You page, whenever a video would come up about American politics that criticized ICE or the Trump administration, condemned any kind of bigotry in any way, the video would buffer for a little bit, and then say, couldn't play video or couldn't load. Right here, I'll put some screenshots of all the times that happened to me that day. It was to the point where the algorithm that was supposed to be censoring anything to do with American politics, they were censoring so many things that are just broadly related to American politics that it even censored this Just Dance video because it mentioned Los Angeles in the caption. This is one of the most transparent attempts at censorship I have ever seen in my lifetime. Like, if they wanted me to think that nothing was wrong, they could have just, like, slowly filtered those videos out. But no, they like, made a splash, and, after reflecting on it for a little while, I think that was the intention. I think that was supposed to be, like, a warning signal of, hey, you better stay in line when you're online. And that's awful and terrifying and just fucking scary. It's fucking scary, dude. So all of this happened, and it made me reflect on my own time on TikTok and how I've amassed a bit of a following there. And I had to ask this question to myself. And I think this is a question that every TikTok creator should be asking themselves. Am I complicit in all of the terrible things that are going on if I contribute to this platform? If I give TikTok content to send ads around and push a narrative around, I'm complicit with that. I'm helping with that. I don't think there's any way around it, for me personally. Now, whatever you decide the answer to that question is, I don't think there's a right and a wrong to this. It's very complex the way this app has, like, integrated itself into just society at large. There's so many businesses and content creators that depend on TikTok for income. So, like, yeah, I guess I'm lucky I'm Canadian and don't make any fucking money on TikTok. But as for me personally, I don't feel comfortable making content on an app that is very explicitly on its way to hurt as many marginalized people as possible. But yeah, if you're watching this on TikTok, it is 99% likely that I'm never going to post on there again after this video. And like I said, this really sucks. I'm not happy I'm going to leave TikTok. I love watching TikTok. I love posting on it. Like, of course, my biggest conglomerate of fans are on there. It's just a really shitty lose-lose situation because, yeah, because I love making stuff. But that's all I wanted to do since I was little. I wanted to make stuff online. So thank you all for your continued support of me on TikTok and all the short form videos back when I posted stream clips, all of the dancing, more experimental stuff, like just straight up posting half-hour long videos on there. Thank you guys for like watching and liking and supporting all of it. I really, it means the world to me. And yeah, I'm sorry to see you go. But that's not been the only thing that's getting to me. Oh no siree, I have plenty of problems up in here. Winter depression has kind of been kicking my ass because I live in Canada and I don't get enough vitamin D, but the supplements I've been taking haven't really been helping, so I don't know what's going on. There's just been a lot of changes that have happened to my personal life that I won't divulge too many details on, but I do want to tell a couple of stories that relate to it. And all of it has to do with my process transitioning. It really sucks. This is a terrible time to be trans because ever since I've come out, I'm treated worse at work. It even gets in the way while I'm shopping. During the Christmas season, I just kind of wanted to see what deals were going on at the local mall. So I went there and I found like this boutique with a lot of cute clothes. I saw some really cool, eccentric, kind of Y2K inspired outfits, a lot of fur and animal prints and neon, and it was really cool. So when I went to go look at the clothes, I was, rifling through them like a savage animal. When all of a sudden this lady comes up to me and says, "No, sir, the men's section is over there." And yeah, that moment kind of broke me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie with you. Especially since I was like all dolled up. My hair was freshly dyed. I had my makeup on. I was wearing a cute outfit, and it still wasn't enough. There's also transphobia coming from customers, not customer service. It's like an inverse of the situation that just happened at the mall, where a customer told me that she saw me walking in the parking lot, and she said that she liked my makeup and my hair and thought I was looking really nice that day. But then the way I walked, apparently, this is exact quotes, ruined the illusion. Which is so much more devastating than just being called a slur. Please call me a slur instead. Don't call me a slur. Just that's the kind of thing that can really get to you psychologically in a really terrible way. I was in a terrible headspace for like a week after that, and I was just constantly monitoring my footsteps and how I walked to see where I could pinpoint where I was going wrong, and I couldn't find it. I think I just walk a little hard because I'm heavier. Like I got a bit of weight on me. It's the way I walk. What are you talking about, lady? And of course, there's more hate online. There's always been hate online for female presenting furries, as well as plenty of creeps. But it's just gotten particularly worse. Just like the types of DMs I receive sometimes and comments and stuff. I got a bunch of comments saying that I'm a freak and a pervert, and I'm like, tell me something I don't know. It's just really scary to watch the world slowly hate you more and more. And I just don't know how to cope with it very well. And then to add some more icing on top of this fucking shit cake, Alberta might be holding a referendum soon to decide whether or not they separate from the rest of Canada. If you're not Canadian, like myself, Alberta is one of Canada's provinces, and a province is like a state. So basically, Alberta is like one of Canada's states. And lately, there's been a growing separatist movement in the province where these people want Alberta to secede from Canada to become their own country so they can do whatever the hell they want with Alberta's oil and natural resources, even though it's treaty land and it really doesn't belong to anyone, but that's all besides the point. The most likely scenario that would happen after Alberta secedes from Canada, if they do, would be to join the States. And that's not conspiracy or anything. There are literally, Trump administration officials who are talking to Albertan separatists and, trying to get us to secede. They're trying to encourage this. And I wonder what Alberta could possibly fucking have that the U.S. wants. It's a mystery. A mystery, I tell ya. So, given the U.S.'s current track records on human rights, I'm thinking about fleeing the province. I don't know where I would go. I have nowhere in mind. All I know is that right now in this province, I don't feel safe. I do not. And it really sucks because I do love this province. I think it's kind of... I just... The mix of scenery that we have here is just one of the most jaw-dropping things you could ever see in your life. It's just, the Arctic tundra, and there's plains and grassy fields and mountains and waterfalls and just all of this absolutely gorgeous scenery that people in the States want to plow over for some oil and to build a new fucking pipeline or whatever the fuck. So yeah, I'm a little terrified. My mental health is not particularly the greatest right now, so please don't hold your breath for new videos. It's gonna be even harder for me to find something to make videos about without TikTok. So maybe it's time to try something new. I don't know. Thank you if you watched all the way through. It really means a lot that you're sticking around for the long haul, and you care about what I have to say to some extent. And I feel like what I had to say today was a bit more serious than usual. So thank you. Yeah, with that, I'm going to be signing off. Black Lives Matter, fuck ICE, and protect trans kids. I'll see you guys next time.